47 lessons. Wow, 47 lessons. I'm going to turn 47 years old in 47 days. And I thought, what a better time to launch the start of this video, or this video kicking off my 47 lessons, than today. Now, I think it's pretty fair to say that with every year that goes by, we each have the opportunity to have more experience and knowledge and understanding than we did the year before. Heck, than we did the minute before, right? Often, if we let it. That's the key word. If we let it, if we take the opportunity, you have to be open to learning and you have to be open to understanding. Now, truth be told, I originally started the core of this content shortly after my 46th birthday. And for all kinds of reasons that I won't even get into today, life kind of made a pivot for me, a massive pivot, actually. And I decided to postpone all the content until my 47th birthday. Truth be told, it also felt more right. So it is what it is. Here's the thing. Lessons in life, they're often messy, so many beautiful if we let it. And biggest of all, everything we live through can be so impactful if we let it. And impact is good, and sometimes it's hard. Because life has its way of giving us so many different detours. Not necessarily when we want it. But I can tell you, my detours the past year, actually, my detours, my entire life, have always come when I've needed them most. Even when I didn't feel it in the moment. So to give you a bit more context, about 2 months before my 46th birthday, I had a mild stroke, referred to as a TIA or mini stroke. Guys, I can tell you that it was the most surreal experience. I work with a number of clients who have had strokes that unfortunately have left them with, to some extent, permanency, whether it be paralysis or communication or in different ways. Because of that, I've educated myself quite a bit about what people with a stroke go through and what they can use most to optimize and thrive in life post-stroke. When it happened to me, it gave me a whole new depth of what people feel in that moment. There's nothing worse than knowing consciously all these things you wanted to say and not being able to get a word out that made sense. Truly, by the grace of everything higher than me, I didn't have any permanent impact. I give love to every human on the planet who has had a stroke and have had massive impact from that. And I can tell you this, it left me major impact in so many other ways, which we'll get into over the next 47 days when I share my 47 lessons. So moving forward from the stroke in a quest to understand why it happened and prevent future strokes, I had all kinds of testing to determine. And what we learned was that I had a hole in my heart. We learned that this hole, more than likely, was a birth defect that I've had my entire life. And this hole in my heart was actually causing blood to flow in between the left atrium and the right atrium in a way that it wasn't supposed to. Because when that happens, that's where airflow can get into your brain, in turn causing a stroke or other difficulty. Guys, let me say this. When you get a call like this, it can truly knock you on your ass. This call may have actually hit me harder than when I got the call about cancer. We'll come back to that one another day. So here I was nearly 2 months after my 46th birthday, being wheeled into a surgical room to have my heart repaired. I can tell you that surgical room, it looked like a pit crew. Everyone was in their position. They were ready to do exactly what they were meant to do with and on me immediately. 4 hours later, the hole was closed. I was in ICU. And that's where the true healing began for me. Now, it's been quite a ride since that moment. And I can tell you, I still feel it to my core when I talk about it. The emotional aspect of all of it, actually, I'll say this, the all combined physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect of that entire experience will live with me forever. I've expanded and deepened my awareness of myself in ways that I didn't think was possible. You should know I was a very self aware person prior to all of this. In reflection, one of the things that I sat with most is a reminder of how much I've done in life. You know, I didn't really think about it too much prior till right now, but with all of my clients I work with, I'm always pointing out people's accomplishments and gifts and successes and encouraging them to look for their own accomplishments. But it wasn't until this particular moment that I really felt to the depth of my soul how much I've accomplished. Sure, of course, I've looked at and went through my normal accomplishments. Of course, I do what I tell clients to do. But at this moment of life, I felt it. I felt it to my core of the strength that I had in me. For anyone who's been through an experience like this, you'll get what I mean when I say you can learn how really truly strong you are when you move through those toughest moments. See, in reflection, beyond that, I was reminded, and I reminded myself, I should say, that I experienced bullying because of my weight for decades, I would almost say. At least 10, 12, 15 years in my younger years. And that sits with you. I've experienced false beliefs, which started at a very young age. The false beliefs that I was given that I made my story was that my voice didn't matter, that I was an embarrassment, and that nobody wanted to hear what I had to say. I've traveled the country exploring and learning about people and behaviors and the human dynamic and all the beauty we have as humans. I've experienced death from people very close to my world. I've experienced the strength and grit and fortitude that it takes to build a six-figure career and a six-figure company. I've experienced the negative body image tape that plays as if on replay until you fix that story. I've experienced and maintained a massive weight loss, 160 pounds massive. Okay, minus the 20 to 25 pounds that likes to hormonally go here and there. Post-thyroid cancer, that's the least of my worries. I've experienced cancer and what it feels like to move through all the stages of what that entails. I've experienced heart surgery. I've experienced what it feels like to have complete faith and trust in another person. And every single human on the planet should feel what that feels like. I hate to say that too many times in life, I've witnessed people, other people, disregard humans. I've witnessed other people disregard people because of the way they look, because of what they're wearing, because of what they say. It's horrible. I've experienced the fear and the excitement it takes to put yourself out in the world and go after the things that you want in life. And there's so many other things that I could add to this. Guys, if you haven't before, take a look and really feel to your soul the things that you've moved through in life. That's how strong you are. That's your perseverance. That's what you've been able to move through in life. I am forever changed, more than yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, decades ago. And there's so many more than 47. But from my heart to yours, starting today and every day moving forward until my birthday, I'm going to share with you 41 lesson a day for 47 days. Some of the biggest things that I've learned and some of my biggest takeaways from life. All of these things are important. I can tell you, for me, these lessons came at different stages of life. And they've all helped me move through some hard things. They've also all helped me build grit and perseverance and determination that I have for life. I have a really good life and I've worked hard for it. I live these lessons. Some of them, I'd like to say, I was kind of born with. And some of them, it really took something for me to live into. Again, all of them important. So, all that being said, now that you have some context and background, lesson 1. Allow yourself to feel love from others. Guys, I can tell you, I am not happy to say it, but there were years in life that I didn't allow the love in. I didn't allow myself to truly let people hold me in their space and care for me. I grew up independent. I was raised independently. I had 2 amazing parents who let me kind of figure things out. And that's such a beautiful thing. It brought so much grit and perseverance and determination in me. And it almost made me too independent at times. When you let people in and let them love you and let them accept you and let them hold your stuff for a minute, it's freeing. It's just freeing to be able to feel like, wow, somebody cares. So there's lesson 1, and an important one. Let people in. Let people love you. If you don't have them, find them. Find your community. Find the people who are going to empower you and take care of you and have your back in good times and bad. So there you have it. Lesson 1 of 47 lessons. Stay tuned for lesson 2 tomorrow. And as always, stay well and be kind. Thanks, friends.